Just a quick update, breakfast is over. I couldn't really record the breakfast itself. There was a lot of loud music playing, loud pop music. It was very nice music, I enjoyed it, but that meant I couldn't record anything. And my traveling companions are in the car there. We're heading to the Perak Cave Temple, 7 or 8 kilometers up the road there. And oh, by the way, happy Malaysia Day. I'll talk about that when we get to the Cave Temple. I said I would talk about it when we got to the Cave Temple, but since we're just driving there, maybe I can chat a bit about Malaysia Day here. So today, September 16th, this is the actual holiday. So this is the national holiday called Malaysia Day. Malaysia's a lucky country because they sort of celebrate the country 2 times, because we already had Merdeka Day, Hari Merdeka, and that was on August 31st, because on August 31st, 1957, the Federation of Malaya became an independent country. So the August 31st Merdeka Day celebrates like independence from colonial rule. But then in 1963, on September 16th, 1963, Malaysia, as we know it today, almost as we know it today, came into existence. Sabah and Sarawak and Singapore and the Federation of Malaya, they all came together and formed the modern country of Malaysia. So like, it gets a little bit confusing because everybody thinks of 1957 as Malaysia's Independence Day, but it was actually the Independence Day for the Federation of Malaya. And Malaysia, that country didn't really come into existence in its modern form until 1963. So that's what we're celebrating today, Malaysia Day. And interestingly, for a long time, Malaysia Day wasn't really celebrated as a big national holiday like it is now. Everybody celebrated Merdeka Day, but Malaysia Day wasn't really a big public holiday. But then Sarawak and Sabah were pushing for Malaysia Day to be given equal importance to Merdeka because, of course, they're now part of Malaysia and they just want to be recognized as such. So then Malaysia Day, September 16th, became an official public holiday, the same as Merdeka Day. Anyway, it's a very complicated country in terms of its history, because even 1963 wasn't the end of the story, because after that, in 1965, Singapore left Malaysia to form a separate country. So, in fact, the Malaysia that we have today, in its modern form, didn't really come into effect until 1965. So that's another day, the day that Singapore left the Union. So, anyway, the short story is that today is Malaysia Day. It's a holiday here in Malaysia. And we are out here celebrating it in Ipoh. And we're starting the celebrations by driving out to the famous cave temple, Perak Cave Temple. And there's like 400 steps climbing to the top of the limestone karst. And hopefully we get a nice view of the valley here, the Kinta River Valley and Ipoh. And of course, this is day 6. This is day 6 of the Malaysia Mystery Tour. And we've been really lucky with the weather, I think, considering everybody keeps talking about the monsoons coming. But we've had beautiful blue skies almost all the time, and including this morning. Look at that. We've arrived. Yeah, it wasn't that far away. Got here a lot quicker than I expected. I was talking about the Malaysia Day celebrations, and yeah, we just got here before, almost as soon as I finished telling that story. So here is the main temple, and there's the limestone karst. And I was just reading about the place. It was founded in 1926 by a couple from China. They got permission to found a temple here in this natural setting, and it's dedicated to Guan Yin. And I have a special feeling for the goddess Guanyin. She's, I guess, the goddess of mercy. But in Taiwan, I think she's also associated with Matsu. They're like Guanyin and Matsu, I think, are the same, just a different name. But Matsu is the goddess of the sea and sailors, because Taiwan being an island nation. So there's a statue of Guanyin. And I think we'll be looking at the cave. There's a large Buddha statue inside the cave. And then we're going to try to climb up there. At least Habib and I will be. I think his wife will stay down below and wait for us mountaineers to get to the top. We're in the shade of the cliffs now. You can see just how the cliffs tower over the temple, almost like leaning over the place. The incense burning, of course. And this is the entrance to the cave temple. So easy to see why someone would have the idea in all of these caves to install a temple of some kind. It's almost like an instinct to see a cave like this and wow, perfect spot for a temple. And that Chinese couple in 1926, that was their idea. Wow, I like the wall murals. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that before. The size and the scale of these, like painted right on the cave walls. There. And then behind, or on the left and right of the statue, you can see the paintings. And over here as well. Even the cave floor has been covered. So there's really no like real natural setting at all anymore. It's like a polished floor, like in a building. There's even a little cave behind the Buddha statue that you can sneak through, a little tunnel. One thing I always find interesting about Buddhist temples, of course, is all the, whoa, well, I wasn't expecting this at all. There's more to the cave, it goes deeper. That's a beautiful rock formation. I was just going to say that at a Buddhist temple, there's so many ways for a visitor or temple member, community member to donate to the temple. And you're asking for favors, and you can buy offerings, light incense, light candles, and these are all ways for the temple to make money, to keep up the place, like a little money box right there. People can leave money. And there's tables around the cave here where people are collecting money from visitors, like over there. Yeah, there's a real thriving economy in these temples. Oh, it's a beautiful cave, nice and cool in here too. And I saw some steps up there that they had a sign saying there was like a limited time that you could begin the climb on the steps. And there's a man there with a donation box, and I'm not sure if those steps go all the way to the top of the karst, like is that the beginning of the hike, or does the hike begin somewhere else? So I asked him, but he didn't speak any English, so I'm not quite sure. Huh. Yeah, I thought that opening, like the first part of the cave with the large Buddha statue, I thought that was the whole cave, but it goes quite a bit farther. I haven't seen any signs specifically referring to the climb, the trail, or the stairs going all the way to the top, but there are these stairs behind me, and it does have a sign there that says if you have high blood pressure, heart disease, you know, don't attempt this. So I'm thinking this must go all the way to the top. But yeah, so we're gonna see. There's the stairs there. Gonna see how far it goes. It may go all the way to the top, or it may go somewhere else. Yeah, climbing time from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. only. Last trip, 3:30. So I guess we're not talking about a major climb. It only takes 15 minutes, half an hour. Beautiful cave, though. Very accessible, too. Just one reason it's so popular. You're not going to have to go through any tiny tunnels and risk getting stuck, hanging upside down, or any sort of cave disasters like that. Huh. Much more developed than I thought. I thought it would be like a trail, but not stairs the whole way.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, so it looks like the stairway was the way to get to the top. Starting to climb up a little bit. Yeah, that may be, well, who knows? It's like any mountain, you always look and say, oh, that must be the top. And it turns out it's a false peak, and it goes up and up and up. Habib has thrown in the towel as well, so I'm heading on to the top on my own. I'm sure I'll be okay. Oh, another trail. I guess that's the main trail continues. So there would be the top. Oh, yeah, it's hard to know. The trail does split in different directions. This might be an intermediate lookout point, so I'm going to go up there and then continue to the top. Some views starting to emerge. A surprising view, something I wasn't expecting at all, but it makes sense. That looks like a gravel processing center right there. Industrial sort of thing. Because they're doing a lot of mining of these hills, the karst hills, for gravel and rock, which really surprises me. I see a lot of that in Malaysia, and I'm not sure whether that's short-sighted economically or not. How many of these hills can you cut down for the gravel and then retain the attraction of like a tourist attraction, you know what I mean? Because it's all about the beauty of this area. I guess I can't cut down all the hills, but oh yeah, so this is a intermediary lookout point, and the top would be up there. Okay, I spotted a sign down here that said top half, so that might mean this is the midway point. Oh, look at that, there's even stairs. It's a little bit of a maze here. If you can't read the Chinese, you don't know which way to go. maybe those stairs are a shortcut to the top, but I don't think so. It's a lot farther up there. And so this would be a sign, you know, telling you where to go, but it's all in Chinese. But hey, it's not hard to figure out. If it's going up, that's all you need to know. They tricked me again. This doesn't go to the top. Yeah, it goes to a very nice lookout point. Yeah, thank you. Looking out over the Kinta River Valley and Ipoh, very industrial area. I have no idea what all of these warehouses are for. No clue. But something industrial. And then you can see all the surrounding karst limestones and the hills. Beautiful area. I'm sure there's a lot of hiking all through there if you have the time and the energy. But yeah, these are the end of the stairs. And I assume we can go up there, but we're going to have to find another way. And coming up this way, there's one other direction I could see that I could go, or maybe two, actually. One is that staircase tower, and I don't know if that leads to the beginning of another trail, but we're going to find out. It's a bit of a maze here at Perak Cave Temple. It actually has English here too. To top view. So I was thinking I'm going to try Google Translate on the Chinese characters, but I don't need to, because down there it does say to top view. So this is the secret pathway. When I was reading about this place a little bit, I noticed a lot of people were disagreeing about how many steps to the top. And now I understand why. Everybody has a different experience. They think they've reached the top when they haven't, or they take so many different routes. So, going up, up, and up. Very steep steps for this last portion. And each step is a significant step down or up. Your knees get a workout here. Yeah, it's not quite one way. Two people can get past, but with a big crowd of people, yeah, someone has to step to the side and let people go by. As always, all I think about are the people who built this. All these bricks, carrying them up here, all the mortar, all the cement, the water. But yeah, I guess this temple is almost a century old, having been founded in 1926. So they've had 100 years to build these stairs. Yeah, here's the view. Yeah, maybe all this industrial area is connected to the gravel somehow, but I don't think so. Maybe just a variety of factories building all kinds of things. Just can't tell from up above what they do. You're faster than me. I can let you go. Could be the top. I like this sign. Meant for people in glass houses. Action will be taken by the police against those who throw stones. Because yeah, way up here. It's odd that they need a sign for that, which means they must have had cases where people did throw stones. imagine we must be overlooking the entrance to the cave, so the stones would go straight down on top of the people down there, and you don't want that. Oh, here we go. Oh, and a trail goes off that direction. But I think this is the official lookout point that you see from down below. I think. It's hard to say. Or maybe that's the one that I could see from the parking area. Yeah, that's probably it right there. Beautiful up here. Second floor of this lookout point. Looking out over the industrial area again. And then from up here, you get to see both sides. Nice. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's more the residential area of Ipoh. Though I don't know where Old Town is exactly from here. I've lost all sense of direction. I don't have any landmarks for that. Maybe it's on the other side of this hill in that direction. We'll have to look at Google Maps and get oriented. But I think we can follow a trail and get to there. So that might be the very last point. Yeah, over here I see another trail, and I'm assuming it goes over there, but really that's just an assumption. I don't know. Where else could it go, right? Yeah, it looks like it's turning in that direction. Yeah, you've got to have a good knees for going down. Long steps at every step. So you need to stay balanced here. Hold on to the handrails when you can. And if you fall, of course, number one rule, protect the GoPro at all costs. You sacrifice your body as a YouTuber to save the camera. Yeah, these limestone karsts, they're no joke if you're out here climbing around. I mean, without a pre-made trail, how in the world are you getting from here over to there and climbing up there? You're just not, basically. You just aren't. Unless you're Spider-Man. Quite the engineering feat, even building this little trail. Up and down, up and down. And here we are. That's the big one over there. That's where I just was. And you walk along this ridge to get here, so you can enjoy this view. It's actually quite nice here. It's more open, so there's a real strong breeze. Much cooler here than up at the top. You can sit here for a minute, dry all the sweat. And when I was looking at Google Maps, it was telling me that this is looking towards Ipoh Old Town in this direction. Though lately my Google Maps pin often shows me an incorrect direction. The pin is at the right place, but the directional component is malfunctioning. It's often pointing in the wrong direction, so I can't really tell where I'm facing anymore. Until I just have to start walking, and then I can see the blue dot moving, and then I can figure it out. But standing stationary, I can't trust it anymore. Beautiful day. I don't know how the lighting is going to work out here in the shade, but this can give you a sense of the perspective, I guess, the scale of me and the city down below. Yeah, I think in order to go back down, I have to follow the same trail. I thought maybe there'd be an alternative to get down to the bottom, but I think I have to basically backtrack, go down the same trail that I came up. All right, one last look out over the edge. Scan the horizon. Once again, marvel at gravity. Like, I mean, come on, look at the road down there. That's as far as I've come up, like barely any distance at all. And yet to move my body from there to where I am, it was an effort, a sweaty, tiring effort. So yeah, gravity, man, it's a beast. Beautiful up here. Look at that greenery. And looking at my GoPro screen, the green I'm seeing on the screen is exactly the same as the green I'm seeing with my eyes. That's not HDR or oversaturation or anything. That's exactly what it looks like. Yeah. All right. Time to head back. And I'm not going to document the entire hike down. You've seen it on the way up. But yeah, I like this little trail. So here is the really steep portion of the climb up. Yeah, so you need some spring in your steps and in your knees to go down. And I just realized I'm sweating a lot. And I was talking with some people up there, and then while I was talking to them, the sweat just came pouring out. And I realized I have my other microphone underneath my shirt. And that's what destroyed my first microphone, because this wind muff acts like a sponge and it soaks up all the sweat from my body and then runs it all inside the microphone, and that destroyed microphone number one. So I just realized, I thought because I'm just in Ipoh, I could put the microphone here and it wouldn't matter. But today I'm sweating so much, I thought, I'm gonna destroy this microphone. So yeah, I think I'm gonna remove the wind cover because that sucks in the moisture like a sponge. Yeah, like that, I think it's safer if I leave it exposed. But then if I put it under my shirt, you can hear the shirt scraping against the microphone and it makes noise. So all the things you have to think about when you're shooting video. But the most important thing is to don't get so involved in the camera that you forget to look where you're putting your feet. Gotta look here, that's for sure. Oh yeah, there's the staircase, the tower. That's the key to this whole operation. When you get halfway up, look for the tower. Then you climb up the tower to get to the very top. And here we are. This is the midway point right here. And this is the last section, or the first, depending on which direction you're going. and it leads down it back into the cave itself, the stairway.